Okay, we're going to look at systems of inequalities. That just means you have two or more inequalities graphed on the same plane. So we've got x is less than 4. You know that's a vertical line. Go through the x-axis, that's 4. It's broken, remember, because there's not an equal sign there. And less than would be to this side. Because we're doing two, what you really want to do is make two different kinds of shading. You can use colors. I'm going to do this kind of a thing. Y is greater than -3. That'd be a horizontal line at -3. Again, that one's broken. So that's y equals -3. This one is x equals 4. And then we want it greater than, so that would be this side of the blue line. And then what you want to do is just see where the two of them come together. You can highlight that. I'm going to use the highlighter here. So it would be from here up. So I'm less than the green line, greater than the blue line. That's if you had horizontal and vertical. This next one, the green one, y is less than or equal to 3x minus 1. Now you know that means your slope is 3 over 1, 3 up, 1 to the right. Your y-intercept is -1. That's where we begin. I'm going to begin right here. And my slope is up 3, 1 to the right. Or I could go down and to the left. If your slope is 3 over 1, you can also make that -3 over -1 down and to the left. This one's going to be a solid line because I do have the equal sign. Okay, we're going to be shading underneath it, or you could test your point if you want. If you test 0, 0, 0 is less than 3 times 0 minus 1. 0 is less than -1. No. So we're not going to do this side, we're going to do this side. So again, I'm going to do some kind of thing like this. And then the other one is x is greater than or equal to 4. No, it's not. I meant x is less than or equal to 4. And so that's going to be a vertical line here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, a solid one. And then less than would be to this side. Okay, so you can see that section in between them would be right here. So I'm underneath the green line, but I'm to the left of the blue line. Now let's take a look with some absolute value. So the green one, x minus 1. Our slope is 1 over 1. Our y-intercept is -1. Start at -1. My slope is 1 up, 1 to the right, 1 up, 1 to the right, or I could go down and to the left. It's going to be a broken line, and I'm above that line. Okay, the other one's absolute value. So let's get y alone. So we're going to move that 1 over, and then we have to divide by -1. Remember, that's going to flip this sign. It's going to put a negative out front here and make that +1. And then think about your translations. With this up, down, left, right, so because this 3 is right with the x inside the absolute value signs, being like inside parentheses, that's going to make it go to the left 3 and up 1, and remember it's flipped across the x-axis. So I'm going to go to the left 3, up 1. The slope is 1. It's flipped, so it's going to be going down in this direction. It's going to be broken. And then we're going greater than that one. So greater would be up here on the outside of the absolute value. Okay, so where those two come together again, we're above, to this side of the green line, but above the absolute value. Can't use this because this is just in the green. Can't use that, that's just in the blue. So the colored pencils would help. If your equation's like this, so this one's not solved for y yet, so I'm going to put 3y is less or equal to 3 minus x. Let's divide everything by 3. So we get y less than or equal to 1 minus x over 3. So that would give us a slope of negative 1 over 3 down and to the right, and a y-intercept of 1. So I'm going to start at 1, go down 1, 3 to the right. Again, if your slope is negative, you can also put that negative in the denominator, which means up and to the left. Up and to the left, up and to the left. Solid line. And we are graphing less than. Our second one again is an absolute value, so greater than or equal to x plus 3 minus 2. Solve for y, so we just talked about, we'll go up, down, left, or right, so this one's going to go to the left 3 and down 2. So I go to the left 3 and down 2. My slope is still 1 here. If it was 2 or 3 or so, if it was 2, you would go up 2 for every 1 to the left or right. Let's see, a solid on this one. And we're going above. So above would be all in the V. And you can see where the two of them come together, that nice little triangle, so right in here. I'm above the blue, but below the green. So when you're doing these systems of inequalities, you want to see if you have to solve. This one we had to solve both this one for y and this one for y. If you have a line, look for your slope and intercept. If you have absolute value, talk about up, down, left, right. Pay attention to broken versus solid, and then your shading.